PayPal will shock the world. That's what Alex Chriss said to CNBC yesterday. Also, there is a massive new NVIDIA announcement. Let's start with PayPal, then I'll dive into the NVIDIA announcements. By the way, I'm Brian, the Finance Ninja. Let's watch the interview together. I'll give my thoughts as we watch.
Joining me now in his first interview since stepping into the role as the president and CEO of PayPal is Alex Chriss. It's nice to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Good to be here.
It's good to have you. The analysts don't seem to love the stock right now. It's just the last couple of weeks. I've taken a look at a few reports. Mizuho yesterday, PayPal faces competitive pressure from A to Z, downgrade. Oppenheimer, PayPal, or persistent profitability pressure has them downgrading it. Morgan Stanley, slower than expected progress on strategic imperatives. BTIG, too much uncertainty puts us on the sidelines. I mention those because I'm curious to get your response. So what do you say to these analysts to get them to change their mind, or how do you?
Well, look, we're an important company. We've got a quarter of the world's e-commerce running through PayPal. So that's why we've got 45 analysts following us. And, look, to be honest, there hasn't been a lot to celebrate over the last few years. I think innovation's been slow. The company's been growing, but hasn't been putting out real customer-backed innovation. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm so excited about it going forward. So look, I love being an underdog. I will take all of that feedback and we'll shock the world.
Let's pause here for a moment. Don't worry, we'll get back to the interview soon. So, who exactly is Alex Chriss? According to PayPal's website, Alex Chriss has spent more than 2 decades harnessing the power of technology to help individuals and small businesses solve their biggest financial challenges. Having successfully founded and sold 2 startups and led a fast-growing division of financial software company Intuit, he is committed to helping customers compete and thrive in a rapidly changing world. Alex brings deep expertise in leading high-growth businesses, global product strategy, and customer-driven innovation to his role as PayPal's president and CEO. Prior to joining PayPal, Alex held various roles of increasing responsibility at Intuit. He most recently served on Intuit's executive leadership team as the executive vice president and general manager of Intuit's small business and self-employed group, where he led a global organization responsible for delivering QuickBooks and MailChimp to millions of customers. Throughout his 20-year tenure with the company, Alex also served as senior vice president and chief product officer of Intuit's small business organization, managing the full suite of QuickBooks products, including payroll and payments management segments. He also holds a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from Tufts University. Back to the video.
Yeah, you think you're going to shock the world. How are you going to do that?
We've got an Innovation Day coming out on the 25th, where from the first week that I got there, this was not about trying to figure out what to go do. It is very clear what we need to do. 24 will be a transition year for us, but it'll be all about execution, and it starts with innovation. So on the 25th, we're going to come out. We have very clear customer-backed innovation that we will be rolling out for consumers, for our merchants, for Venmo.
Now, what kind of innovations could PayPal be working on? I'm thinking about product recommendations based on prior transaction history. More accurate recommendations would increase conversion. It would also leverage PayPal's massive position in the e-commerce business as a significant source of data. But I'm running short of ideas. What does Grok think? Grok says, well, seems like PayPal has already made quite a few innovations in recent years. In 2023, they introduced a new digital wallet powered by AI and machine learning, which sounds pretty cool if you ask me. They've also been working on a peer-to-peer messaging feature to make it easier for users to communicate about transactions. But hey, there's always more room for innovation, right? Maybe they could create a virtual reality shopping experience where you can browse and buy products in a simulated environment. Or, how about the time traveling feature that lets you send money back to your past self to invest in that one stock that you regret not buying? So, like Back to the Future? Just kidding, but seriously, the possibilities are endless. Yeah, that was silly. Sorry. What do you think? Also, what accent do you think that was?
And I think it'll be a good start to this year.
Anything you can tell us at this point? Obviously, I don't want you to ruin the rollout, so to speak, but when you say you sort of have a very clear idea of what you have to do, and then you say innovation, any specifics you can provide?
Well, look, PayPal hasn't delivered the value proposition to its consumers or its merchants over the last few years that I think we're capable of. We have more data. We see exactly what people are purchasing around the world. So we need to make a better value proposition for consumers, put more money in their pockets. For our merchants, we have the ability to leverage AI to deliver an incredible improvement in their conversion rates. And then we have to let our small businesses and our consumers connect, leveraging AI-driven personalization.
And you believe that, for example, using the data more effectively for particularly the merchant side can bring, higher profit margins? I mean, how does this translate?
Well, look, we have over 35 million merchants that are using PayPal. When we improve their conversion rate, it improves their business, it improves our bottom line. We're kicking things off on the 25th.
I mean, you do have an awful lot of data. You ever consider just selling it or working with others as well to sort of pool that data in some effective way?
The data is our customers' data. It's our consumers' data and our small businesses' data. What we need to do is leverage AI to make it better for them to be able to grow their businesses. Small businesses are under a ton of pressure right now. It is hard to be a small business in good times. It's not good times right now. We can give them an advantage. Advertising costs have gone up 2x over the last few years. We need to be able to give them the opportunity to leverage the data that they have and improve their business.
Right. All right. When you speak to investors now, and it also is encapsulated to a certain extent in some of these analyst reports as well, competition comes to mind. Your lack of significant profit margin expansion and/or actually lack of profit margin. Apple Pay, buy now, pay later. Do you have an answer to these? You talk about what is a still relatively dominant position, but at the same time, it seems as though you've taken on a lot of business that doesn't really have a margin associated with it.
Yeah, I think we have done too many acquisitions over the last few years, and we've been defocused. It was one of the things I noticed when I came in 100 days ago. We've got a lot of priorities. We've narrowed those down, 5 key priorities, all focused on profitable growth. And so I think you'll see us start to move away from some businesses that we may have been in and really focus our energy and our efforts on building profitable growth going forward. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hi, for one, I'm excited to see what PayPal will show on January 25th. I am an active buyer of PayPal at these prices. The forward PE of 11 is ludicrous. Now for NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been dominating the GPU market for years and has been growing its revenue and earnings at a phenomenal rate. But what really caught my attention recently was this post by Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta Platforms, formerly known as Facebook. Now, in this post, he revealed that Meta will have 350,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs and almost 600,000 H100 compute equivalent GPUs by the end of this year. That is a huge number of GPUs, and it shows just how much Meta is investing in AI and metaverse technologies. Now, the H100 is NVIDIA's current top-of-the-line data center GPU, and it costs a whopping $25,000 per GPU, according to a slide in an earlier company presentation. So if we do some simple back-of-the-napkin math, we can estimate that Meta is spending nearly $9 billion on NVIDIA GPUs this year. That is a huge amount of money, and it's a huge vote of confidence for NVIDIA's technology and leadership. But Meta is not the only one buying NVIDIA GPUs. NVIDIA has lots of other customers, such as Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, and many others. Tesla, for example, will also be buying hundreds of thousands of these GPUs. NVIDIA also has a lot of growth opportunities in other segments, such as gaming, automotive, healthcare, edge computing. NVIDIA is also developing its own CPU called Grace, which will complement its GPU offerings and compete with Intel and AMD. So, what does this mean for NVIDIA stock? Well, I think NVIDIA stock is undervalued, despite its recent run-up. NVIDIA is trading at around $571 per share as of this recording, and has a market cap of $1.38 trillion. But If we look at the analyst forecasts, the average price target for NVIDIA is $668, which implies a 17% upside from the current price. The highest price is $1,100, which implies a 65% upside. The lowest price target, $410, which implies a 39% downside. But I think the lowest price target is very unrealistic. The highest price target is overly optimistic. So I think the average price target is more reasonable, and I think NVIDIA can easily surpass it in the next 12 months. NVIDIA is expected to report its fourth quarter earnings in February, and I think they will beat estimates and deliver another very strong, record-breaking quarter. The year-over-year comps will be astronomical. NVIDIA is expected to report revenue of $20 billion for the fourth quarter. For the full year of 2024, NVIDIA is expected to report revenue of $59 billion. Now that represents a 118.5% growth in revenue compared to the previous year. 118%! Wow! That is amazing growth, and I think NVIDIA can sustain high growth for the next few years as it continues to innovate and to dominate the GPU and AI markets. Now, we just have to face facts. NVIDIA won the AI war. It's only a question now of who gets to come second. Mind you, second place in this war is still very lucrative. So I think NVIDIA is a great buy right now. I'm still very bullish on its future. NVIDIA is the leader of the AI sector and has a lot of competitive advantages and growth drivers. NVIDIA is also benefiting from the huge demand for AI and metaverse technologies and has a loyal customer base that includes Meta Platforms, the largest social media company in the world. NVIDIA is also trading at a reasonable valuation and has a lot of upside potential. I think NVIDIA is a must-have stock for any tech investor, and I'm holding it for the long term. 10 years is my estimate right now for length of hold for NVIDIA. But more importantly, what are your thoughts on PayPal and NVIDIA? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.